Why goats ignore some big guardian dogs. Most people assume the biggest dog in the pasture automatically becomes the protector, the tallest, the heaviest, the one that looks the most intimidating. But spend enough time watching goats and you'll notice something strange. Sometimes the largest guardian dog stands off to the side while the herd gathers around a calmer, quieter guardian dog. The big dog isn't rejected, but it isn't chosen. And that moment raises a question most owners never think to ask. Why would goats ignore a dog that looks strong enough to protect them? Because goats don't measure protection by size, they measure it by stability. Goats survive by reading subtle movement. They notice posture, breathing rhythm, eye contact, speed of reaction. A large guardian dog that moves quickly or unpredictably can feel overwhelming to the herd. Even if the dog has good intentions, emotional intensity creates distance. Calmness, on the other hand, feels safe. That's why a smaller or quieter guardian sometimes becomes the emotional center of the pasture. Protection isn't just about stopping predators. It's about shaping how the herd feels day after day. A big dog may be capable of defending livestock physically, but if goats don't feel emotionally settled around it, they won't naturally cluster near it. And predators don't just watch dogs, they watch herd behavior. If goats avoid a guardian, predators notice the gap. Size grows faster than maturity. Many young LGDs become physically large long before they develop calm emotional control. They move like puppies in adult bodies. Goats sense that imbalance, so they observe from distance. They test slowly. They wait until the dog's movements feel predictable before trusting it fully. Barking isn't always authority. Some dogs bark from uncertainty rather than control. Goats learn quickly which sounds signal stability and which feel like noise. A loud dog may create temporary distance from predators, but a calm dog creates lasting confidence inside the herd. That internal confidence often matters more. Usually, one or two experienced goats decide whether to accept a guardian. If those leaders remain cautious around a big dog, the rest of the herd follows their example. It's not a rejection of the dog's potential, it's a waiting period. Goats need time to see consistency before shifting their trust. Some large dogs patrol constantly, others rest strategically. The guardians goats trust most often rest where pressure is highest, near water sources, near natural boundaries, near elevation points. Positioning creates invisible control. Goats don't choose the biggest dog. They choose the one that feels anchored to the space. A dog that rushes into herd space can overwhelm goats. Even friendly behavior can feel intense when it comes from a large animal. Goats may step away simply to regain comfort. This doesn't mean the dog failed. It means the dog needs time to slow its energy. Calmness develops through experience. Predators observe herd alignment. They notice which dog goats stand behind during uncertainty. That alignment becomes a signal of authority. Even a massive guardian loses influence if goats don't naturally gather near it. Respect isn't just about power, it's about relationship. As large LGDs mature, their movements slow. They react less impulsively. They begin holding space instead of chasing motion. Goats notice this change immediately. Testing fades, distance closes, and the same dog that once felt overwhelming becomes a quiet center of stability. When goats walk past a big guardian without reacting, owners sometimes think the dog lacks authority, but neutrality can be a sign of comfort. Goats don't constantly acknowledge stability, they relax around it, and relaxation is often the highest form of trust. There's often a quiet day when goats begin lying down near the big guardian. No dramatic event, no sudden change, just a subtle shift in distance. That moment signals emotional acceptance. The dog didn't become louder, it became calmer, and calmness is what goats were waiting for all along. The biggest guardian dog isn't always the one goats choose first, because goats aren't searching for intimidation. They're searching for stability. They test movement, posture, and patience long before they trust size. And when a large guardian finally slows down, holds space, and stops trying to prove itself through noise, the herd begins to move closer. Predators watch that change. They see a dog that doesn't chase emotion, a dog that controls the environment through presence, not noise. And that quiet transformation is what turns a big guardian into a truly respected one. If you enjoyed this video or if you learned something new, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.